Hey everybody, and welcome to a big show. We got a very special guest, KvltDeFi, the admin from Telegram for Jacob's ecosystem, pretty much covering PulsePot, which I know many of you love. We're going to cover that pretty in depth today, and of course we're also going to cover TYCZ, which is going to be absolutely epic. That's we're going to talk about all that today, and of course we're going to get the TRH, which I know many of you have participated in, one of the best coins that is performed on Pulse Chain. And of course, we're going to get into PUSDxALGO as well, which is so fun. And you guys know, I think it could be absolutely massive on Pulse Chain. So looking forward to that too. So without further ado, big welcome to everybody. Get into the chat. We're going to bring up KvltDeFi. He's also started his own YouTube channel recently. So you should definitely search that out, and we'll probably get the details out in the chat there as well. He's doing some great updates around PulsePot and a lot of giveaways too. So it's a lot of fun. All right, let's get into it. And welcome, Kvlt. Hey, welcome.
Hey, thanks you very much, Superman. Very nice to be here. Very nice to be here.
It's great to have you on the show, and I have been watching some of your videos that you've just recently doing on PulsePot. It's been really awesome, and we know Jacob and his team continue to roll out lots of cool products and features on PulsePot, and of course working on all those other alpha projects. The best of DeFi on Pulse Chain is what you and your team with Jacob are doing. So it's so good to see you guys doing everything, and it's adding so much value to Pulse Chain. It's really unbelievable. So
yeah, thanks very much. I mean, I'm constantly impressed with the stuff that Jacob is doing. You know, he does tend to think a little bit out of the box, because everything that he wants to bring to Pulse Chain is stuff that really, number one, the chain needs, because the chain obviously needs traffic and transactions. It needs onboarding, but also it needs some fun stuff to do, you know, and not just copy paste all the time. And you know, because he keeps doing stuff like that, I mean, it's just a wonder to watch, isn't it?
It is fantastic. And he keeps coming up with some of the best ideas. It's just so good. You know, whether it's GameFi or DeFi, you're really mastering a lot of it. The other thing, of course, we've seen his tokenomics, just, you know, ability to do tokenomics go through the roof, the ability to set up liquidity pools, all sorts of these things that a lot of people don't, you know, take too much notice of, but really make a big impact. He really has, you know, got better and better. And it really is, I think I said in another video, the tip of the spear for innovative DeFi on Pulse Chain. Really is doing a great job.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the constant innovation, the fact that the man can sit down just with an idea and, you know, a pen and a writing pad, and then just start coming up with all these things. I mean, you touched on setting liquidity pools. I mean, I haven't seen anyone that's done it as well. I mean, look at all the different projects he's done so far. Every one of them is just it's set to win from the outgo, you know, straight out of the gate.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited about all of them. We're going to get deep dive into them. Now, I guess to kick it off, Kvlt, if you could just tell our community, just the audience, just a bit about yourself and how your role within Jacob's system, just to kick it off before we get into the actual projects.
Yeah, sure. So I got into the Hex community really at the end of the last bull market. Actually, I started buying Hex at 21 cents, and I started buying in DCA and all the way down. And you know, it's been a long road since then. But I mean, I found a sacrifice projects. You know, Liquid Loans was sacrificing around that time, and PulsePot was sacrificing. And I had a look at it, and I thought, wow, this could be really good for onboarding, especially when Richard Hart announced that with the Ethereum copy, it was, you know, everyone was just going to have their wallets full of all these tokens that they had already, just a direct copy. And Jacob was thinking of a way that put some use to those tokens, because realistically they're kind of useless, you know, until they start to take off, really. So we started to do that, and I was kind of active in the Telegram groups, and I was talking to some of the guys. And Jacob reached out to me one day, and he said, "Look, I've seen that you've been around for a while. How would you feel about being one of the admins?" You know, and I was a bit nervous at the beginning. I thought, okay, well, what do I actually have to do? You know.
Yeah.
And he said, look, no expectations, but pitch in where you think, you know, you can be useful. So I started doing that, and now with all the other projects, and you know, the whole Jacob ecosystem itself is starting to grow. I thought, well, how can I really add value? You know, there isn't really, I mean, except for yourself, and I have to really commend you. You know, you've been with Jacob since day one, and you're constantly, you're constantly preaching for him, really. So thank you for that. But I thought, well, why not kind of do that? Just, get out there, and instead of me just speaking to influencers and trying to get them to start covering, start covering stuff myself, and then seeing, if that opens any doors, and it really has. I mean, hence the fact that I'm here with you now.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job. And if I don't know if you haven't posted your link to your YouTube channel in the chat, but if you can go ahead and do that.
I haven't, but I will. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So if you want to follow KvltDeFi and PulseBot and all the Jacob ecosystem projects, get into it. They have lots of giveaways too, which we all know is great in crypto. And of course, it's all part of the fun of PulseBot and everything else that's going on. Now, the other thing is, of course, we're seeing a lot more influencers come into space as well, covering PulseBot. I see My Life is Awesome, which is a pretty big influence in the space. I think we've seen Fashion Coder and others as well. So it really is starting to, the word's starting to spread, and people really starting to pick it up. So it's very exciting to see all that. Should we jump deep dive into PulseBot and
yeah, we can. Yeah, I mean, it's
folks, well, before we get into that, if you've got any questions, folks, get into the chat and ask those. And a big welcome to everybody. I can see a lot of people in the house, so good. We got Flat Earth in there too. Hey, everybody, good to see it. And Archie in the house as well. Smash up the likes. Now, Archie, just before we get into PulseBot, Archie is one of our head moderators in the Discord and on YouTube, and is actually one of the real specialist geniuses of I'm going to say it, from the Jacobs ecosystem of PulseBot and everything else. He really is great and super high IQ. We love that sort of guy, and he's a lot of fun too. So a big shout out to Archie there. All right, let's get into it. Let's bring up, share the screen, and go for gold. Let me just pull this up. And here we are on PulseBot. Woohoo! So let us know where you want to go, KvltDeFi, on all these different games.
Yeah, I mean, could we have a look at how many rounds we've done? So far on the jackpot, I think we're approaching 22,000 rounds.
Yeah. 21,479. So if people can see that on the jackpot, which is the first game up and a very popular game indeed.
Yeah, jackpot is it's continuous gameplay. The more I watch this, and you can actually tell quite a lot because we have the chat directly there. Mm-hmm. The community are really engaging with this. It's not just. I originally thought with BNB pot we didn't really see so much community engagement. I think with the chat, there was a couple of people here and there that were doing it, but really now it's on PulseBot. They're all inviting each other to different games. I can actually see down here somewhere someone has already said my life is awesome is gay. Little boys. And yeah, because people can stake 100 PLSP tokens and get to choose their own name and their own colors and things like that. It's starting to become a little bit of fun,
I noticed we have seen a lot of names being used. We've got Trayvon's name up there at the moment. I don't know if that's the real Trayvon, but he's winning the competition at the moment.
Big time.
Those names as well. So My Life is Awesome and stuff like that. So it's pretty high engagement there.
Yeah, there's some good. We can see actually a lot of the players that are active, constantly active. We can see a lot of them, like Trayvon and like Rectum and stuff like that. They're all betting around the $100 mark, pretty much continuously, and they're just playing the numbers game, basically trying to get the wrap PLSP tokens. But there's a lot of people like this God Whale. We can see down here. He played in the last round. He bets very small. There's a lot of players as well that do that. They play very, very small. I'd love to, when we have the real stats page up and all that's updated, it'd be interesting to see how the little guys fare versus the big guys over a long period of time,
Yeah.
And because I think they're doing okay. I don't think they're losing as much as people would think.
Yeah, I guess everyone's got fair odds, right? So it's going to be fun to see it. Look, all the names here. We've got OA Wallet, just a 4-inch Trayvon. That's hilarious. The number of names in there. Hex Diamond down here. Now I'm related. I guess that's related to the Hex Diamond NFT, who's doing a great job with the 1155 NFTs. Beetroot's fan. They have Beetroot there doing some great calls in the market. So yeah, you got a lot of personalities and names there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's some good ones.
All right.
Yeah, so 21,000 rounds. I mean,
people have been playing this. Yeah, almost 22,000 games on this so far. And with every game, they're burning pulse pot. Is that right? The pulse pot
Yeah,
supply.
every single one, every single game collects a fee. It's basically 3%, and it works its way down depending on how many tokens you have staked. To people, to tokens you have staked, and this is just—it's a constant burn. It's just constant. I mean, if we could click on the burn tab, actually, well, let's have a look and see what we've burned to date.
Yeah, I've pulled it up here. It's 2.19% of the total supply, which is
wow,
almost 22,000 tokens out of 1 million tokens. And of course, more games and burns are being added, right?
Yeah, we actually had some big players the other day, and I think we at the record we burned 19 PLSP just in one spin of jackpot.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Still, we're in the early stages of a bull market, and with a terrific opening rounds, by the way, with Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and stuff. So yeah, this game it kicks out in every 3 minutes, isn't it? This one, the jackpot, and people can bid in any or all sorts of different types of tokens that are acceptable. I can see a big long list here, including a teddy bear, PulseBot itself, Node token from Randy Olasky, stable coins, Tropa, even eDai, lots of stable coins, Watt token from Power City, so loan token. So lots of popular ones there people can use to go into this game, and it runs every 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, it runs every 3 minutes as long. Well, it's the 3-minute countdown starts as long as 2 participants are playing. But I mean, this accepted tokens list. I mean, this is getting added to all the time, and really, the only real requisite for being able to do it is, I mean, obviously, if there's a community and someone wants it, if someone wants to play with it, and if they just have a super thick liquidity, and we need to be able to ensure that anyone that wins in those tokens should be able to cash out if they choose to at some stage. But that's it. I mean.
Yeah. So people put tokens in, and they got a random chance of winning. And if they win, they collect all the pot with all the different tokens in it, which has got to be pretty attractive.
Oh, big time. Randy Hilarski actually pointed out is something, and it stays with me. He said for a token, especially like his own Nope token, this is like perfect stealth marketing. You bet with your token, someone wins a little goodie bag, and your token is included in that bag. And it's up to them if they want to go and investigate a bit further. Or so I think it's really cool. I think it's a really good added little bonus.
Yeah, and I can see that there's some sort of encouragement to play multiple rounds, because you can win bonuses if you win more rounds in a row. So
yeah, the win streak. Yeah, so the million tokens got divided up in the beginning, and it was 800,000 were going to the initial sacrifice set. 100,000 were put into what we call the participation phase, which is now these RAT PLSP tokens, and then the 100,000 was gone to Team Wallet. So the real initial boost for this, really, if you like, is to try and get some good engagement, and people are desperately trying to win these tokens. I mean, and people are winning a lot. Some of the players, I think, are up to about 8,000 of these tokens.
Wow!
Just themselves from playing jackpot. And again, that's only in 2 months, 2 full months.
And I see the price is $12.55 at the moment for a pulse pot. You can see down here, $12.55, and I think it's been as high as what, $21 maybe?
$20.80, I think was the high.
Yeah, wow, fantastic.
Yeah, right. So there's been a pullback now with price, but I mean, obviously everything has been pulled back because Pulse is on its way down. Yeah, the whole market's coming back. But if you think about it, I mean, dips are gifts, right?
We cover the tokens every day, and of course, it's been one of the best performers. So it's up there with PTGC and others like that. So amazing.
And this is still just the beginning. This is really just the beginning. I mean, you've been following Jacob for since day one, and how high can it possibly go? Limited supply, burning constantly, new games coming out constantly. It's just it's really just the very, very beginning for it all. It's exciting times.
You guys want to check out the site, spread it around to your friends, then pulsepot.io, that's the link to the website, and you can hook up your wallet and play if you want to play, or buy PulseBot token and watch everyone else play, or spread the word to people that like to play, and get out and about. That's what it's all about. It brings a lot of people to Pulse Chain, and I think something like 60-70% in the United States, I think, as an indicator, play games, and that includes casino games, either online or in the physical world. So it is really a popular thing to do for entertainment. Yeah, the next game we got Coin Wars. Do you want to jump to that? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we get.
We might come back to see a round for that a bit later when it comes around.
Yeah, perfect.
Coin Wars. That's the second
so
game.
Yeah, Coin Wars is the second game we launched, and it's basically a 50-50 coin toss. Again, you can play with various different tokens. So you would, someone would initialize or initiate a coin war. They would put up their price, and then as soon as someone actually accepts, then the game starts. The game has a 30-second countdown to start, and once a flip happens, very similar to the jackpot game, that winner gets that paid out instantly minus their fee. And remember, 100% of the fees that are used in the PUSDbox games, in the casino in general, directly go to buying the token from the DEX and then burning it.
Awesome. I'm just going to refresh that. So that's how you create one. It's pretty simple to create one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so a couple of seconds.
Created it. Someone has to come in and take one, right? So I see we've got 2 here at the moment. So I'm just using a dummy wallet. So this is just a play wallet we use for demonstrating. So there's actually not much crypto in there. But here we go. Here's a game.
So what do we have here? So we have Pulse versus Hex.
Yeah.
The Clash of Titan.
$7 each. So you're going to win $7 if you win. 50-50 chance of winning. 18 cents to 18 seconds countdown. So much fun. I love
and then just minus that fee. So with the fee starts at 3% if you don't have any PLSP tokens staked, and it works. You can get it as low as 1.5%. But I mean, you need to stake. I mean, it's about 70,000 or something. So it's actually quite a lot.
We'll look at the staking and a bit further down the track. Here we go. Oh, look at that special effects. There we go. Oh, pulse one. So that would be the level. This game on the won the other $7. So there we go. That was pretty cool. Oops, it looks like no sound have been created yet. How about creating a new coin war and try your luck? There we go. So
something with coin wars as well, which was introduced last week, is you can, if you want to create a bet, you can actually you can batch create. So you can literally create like 10 or 15 in a row and just have it sitting there while you go off and do your thing and until people take up your bet.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's another second game. $10 to win, 50-50 chance. And I see that this person's already on the winner board there. Here we go. And
pulse one again.
So pretty interesting. I see this person. There's a loss bet if you win. So if you lose, you get into the losses here.
Yeah. Whereas with the jackpot game, we reward the winners with the bonuses, and with these 50-50 games, we can reward the losers.
All right, they
losers
get rewarded as well. So there we are, folks. Losers get rewarded as well, especially if you're in the consecutive order there. We'll come back to the jackpot. Was that it from the coin wars? I think so. Yeah. We'll come back. There's got an activity tab and stats tab, of course. Is that associated to every single game? The stats tab, does that reflect the game that you're on?
Yeah. When we have all the stats fully uploaded and everything, yeah, we'll be able to see absolutely everything.
Okay. Well, someone started another $7 game here. People can take. I've looked at 2. Let's go back to this jackpot because we may have a game that's about to go. No, a new game's been won. So that game that we just played, it's just played. So what happened there? Somebody, Trayvon won. 47% chance, $204. There we go.
Can you just highlight on the right where it has the fee? If you just hover over the 3% fee from the last game, it'll actually show you exactly how much was there. Just over to the right. Yeah.
$6.32 accumulated as fees. Wow.
There you go. So that immediately just goes to buy the token from the DEX and send it to the burn pool.
That's fantastic. So that's about the current price is about half a token, half a PLSP.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
In a 3-minute spin, that's not bad.
I honestly didn't see that there last time, so that's pretty cool. I've been looking at the top left and right, but I actually didn't look at the feed thing there. So great. There we go. We're winning already.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll come back to this game to watch one get played. But let's go to Plinko. Should we go jump to Plinko?
Yeah, Plinko's a good game. Yeah, it reminds me of the old arcade games you might have seen down along the seafront or something.
I've actually played this a couple of times. This game. So
this is a good one. So it runs the same principle as Coin Wars, really. It's a 50-50. Again, you can do batch creations on all the games, and if you were to take one up, a 30-second counter.
I might have enough pulse in the wallet to do this one. Let's see for the full process. Let's see if I can play this myself on this play wallet. See if it will work. Oh, there we go. We're into win against Nugabo.
He's the character, isn't he?
Well, yeah. Followed him for many years on Electronium through the Pulse chain. 29 cents, 27-second countdown.
Yeah, so this is very much the same kind of principle. So the object here is you can see the little accumulators at the bottom. So your tokens will actually fall down, or the token logos, and it starts from the center. You get a 1x, and it goes all the way out to 1000x, and it just gives you points. So at the end of the round, it's whoever has the most points wins the bet.
Okay. Here we go. All right, cool. And they use the tokens that you use, right? I'm using Pulse bot chain, I should say. Oh, 60 points, 20 points. Let's hope that things turn around for me. 1,000 points. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be hard to beat that one. 500. Yeah, I think I'm losing this one. Yeah. 79. He's got 1,091. Well done. I lost. Sorry. I got some competitive. I do go on the loser board though, right? On the loser board there.
Yeah, actually, with all of the games, there's a 3% rake back as well. So whatever you bet, you will still walk away with something.
A 3 sort of rake back, cash back, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was cool. That was cool. Well, I only had $1, so I can't take the other one there. But that shows you how it works. And I've actually played this a couple times. Actually won on this, so that's kind of cool. I'm actually up despite losing that $1. So that's pretty neat. Now, what about minimums for these games? Is there a certain minimum that you need to actually play with?
No.
$1 or
no. There's no minimum, but obviously it's whoever puts up the bet. I mean, because even if you win, you're going to pay the 3% fee. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it would make sense to not do something too small just for the sake of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That is fantastic. So basically, how this game works, you pick one. Your coin's going to float down there. Actually, customize it to the coin, which I think is a really neat feature. Very clever. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, there's got the big X multiplier. So you want your coins to go down towards the edges because that's the way you get the most points. You get the most points, you win. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then what happens to the winnings? It goes straight to your wallet?
Immediately. You can also see, so on the right-hand side where it shows the past games, you can actually see it says the transaction link. So literally, you can press that button and it will take you to the Explorer, and you can physically see that transaction has gone through. Okay,
cool. And it's going to Otter too, which nice. All right, so cool. There's all the allocations, tokens.
Yeah, and so you can see all of these transactions are exactly what the validators on Pulse Chain really need and what they look forward to. I mean, if you think about every single game that gets paid out, does all these singular transactions, sends it all to the wallets. I mean, it's just creating a huge amount of traffic.
Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. I love it. All right. That is pretty cool. And yeah, that was the last game we played. Now, we're going to go jump over the chain race now, I think. Is there anything else to say about this particular one? Obviously, Nugabo there. Got those comments in there. Well done, NB.
Yeah, so chain race was just recently launched, actually, just last week. And we're starting to see some good games being played. It's basically it's a 5-person game as opposed to some of the other games. And you can see we have 3 different levels. So we have sort of like a smaller bets, medium-sized bets, and then sort of like high roller bets. And the object of the game is to pick an animal. Each animal will give you a different return. So it's based around your risk, your appetite for risk, really. How much what kind of risk appetite you have, and then you can just choose one of the animals. And when a race starts, it's whoever gets to the end. But some of the animations that are involved in this is what really kind of took a lot of time, and it's something that Jacob's very proud of, I know. There's some funny things like the horse will fall asleep, and the rabbit will.
We'll try and see if we can watch one of those. Just got a couple of comments in the chat. We'll just go through some few of these. Hey everybody, we got up to that. That is KvltD's YouTube channel. Definitely go over and follow him. It is a great channel, and like I say, a lot of fun covering all Jacob's projects, including PulseBot. They have games on there, and I guess you have guests in there and stuff like that. I think you've had My Life is Awesome on that show, and they've got giveaways as well. So really, really great. Get on there and subscribe. And if you're watching this after the live stream, go subscribe too. There we go. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Archie says smash up the likes. A big welcome to everybody. Kevin Patterson, how are you, Superman? See your Hex is up 20% today. Yeah, the OA was pumping that, so nice to see that. Who else has jumped in here? We got buy the red candles. Yeah, indeed, that's what you do. Accumulate on the upside. We got Max Payne in house. Now he's a big person in the Jacob's ecosystem, pulse pot and things. So big shout out to you, Max Payne there. Let's see here. How's it going? Are there any table games in the works? Roulette, jackpot, craps, when craps, please, sir. Maybe we'll come to that a bit later. Tintop's in the house there. Good to see Tintop. Crypto Competitor says, let's go. As a holder of PLSP, looking forward to sports betting. Yeah, I guess everybody will be looking forward to that for sure. I don't know what Brendan's on, but he's having fun there too. Let's see. Let's play, says Wookie. Absolutely. Let's go. Chain Race, says Bamson. Super for the win. I appreciate that. Brendan says, someone should write in PulseBot chat that it's live at the moment and should do some mega bets, says Brendan. And what do we got there? Jake in the house there. I see the roulette is in development. That's pretty dope. Please make it French style. No 0-0 here. People love to say that. Also, I'd like to see the ability to make every bet that you can do IRL casino. That says Jake there. All right. So we've got this game, which is the chain race. Is none on at the moment, of course, from the looks of it. But there are lots that you can participate in. Low race, medium race, extreme race, which is pretty neat. I'll just make the screen a little bit bigger here. And you've got 5 horses in the race. They've all got different probabilities of winning. And that reflects the amount of bet that you have to pay that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but everything that's green means that you can actually enter the race on these particular animals and their probabilities, the amount that you have to pay. But these ones that are darked out, you can't. Someone else has already chosen those, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the $6.67, is that the total pot or just what's in there so far based on the probabilities?
No, that would be the total.
Okay, so if you want to go on for 1.47, you can choose the rabbit, and you're going to have to pay that $1.47. And any of these tokens, you can choose any of those to participate. And unfortunately, I just lost my dollar in the last one, so I only have about 87 cents in this one. But that would be the way you do it. This one here is the tortoise, so it's normally that'd be a bit less probability of winning, but I guess the payoff is pretty good, and it's $1.20 for that, and so on. So we've got a couple in here as well. So yeah, no races on at the moment, but we'll try and come back to that. Anything else about chain race? Because I think it's great. Chain race is a lot of fun. And
yeah, chain race is really, people are really starting to play it well. We can already see that there's actually a number of different races already set up, just waiting. You know, because in the beginning, the first couple of days, it was really, we had to do one race by one race by one race. So literally, a race wouldn't start until all 5 positions were physically taken up. So the decision was made. Yeah, so the decision was made to do 3 different levels. So we will, you know, there'll be constant gameplay. But again, because it's a 5-player game, you still have to wait for people to enter the round. You know?
I think that's a smart idea. What about the idea also of having maybe 4 players and then you have a countdown for? I guess it's a bit more complexity, but to get a 5th one, I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, no, that's great. And just having a look at here on stuff. So the stats there, they'll be updated a bit later, you say, and stuff like that. So yeah, looking pretty good. Hopefully we'll come back and see a gameplay because they're really, really good. Let's go to back to jackpot quickly and see what's in there. A minute and 27. So we might just stick on this before we get to price.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
latest and greatest, and we'll just watch one of these jackpots get played, which is an extremely popular game. On here on PulseBot, almost 22,000 or 21,484 to be precise. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm constantly surprised with how many rounds have been played because it's just a constant game, and it's been constant since day one. I mean, I really think there's, I mean, just because every single game burns from burns a token from the decks, and we've done 21,000 rounds.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just every single game is designed really just to burn the token. So one of the things, I sort of hit the wall sometimes talking to people, and they say, no, I don't gamble, I don't, but you don't have to gamble. That's kind of the point. The point is all the games are there to burn the token. So literally just by holding the token, that's where you're really going to win,
Yeah. Now we've got a lot of players in this one lining up. So we're up to $360. We've got My Life is Awesome there, Trayvon, a lot of other players in there. $100 each for them, $75 for this player, 317.
So something which I like about Jackpot as well is it's unlimited to how many people can enter, and it's unlimited to how much money can be bet in each round.
Right.
You know, someone came in the other day. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, and they dropped $12,000 in. Luckily, they won.
They won, yeah,
but, luckily they won.
Yeah. Here we go, folks. Woohoo! Bring it on. And yeah. So the amount of money represents how big your color is on there and the chances of winning. So D317, the one I talked about, put $75 in, and they won. What was that? 460, 360, I think it was. Yeah, 350. So congratulations to them. They had a 41.8% chance of winning, and they won. So pretty cool. All right, nice. Let's jump over to Chain Race quickly. Have a see if there's a game on there. Not yet. So we need someone to go in and play these. If you guys are out there, you want to go play this low race, for example, then get in there, choose a rabbit and choose a turtle. And we'll come back to that. We're going to jump over to price calls. And let's see. Price calls here. This is the latest and greatest, right?
Yeah, this is the newest game we have so far. So far we've seen I think 4 or 5 different bets have already been done. Won and lost. But one thing you can actually do here with Coin Wars, with price calls, is you can set up a price call for an extended period of time. It doesn't necessarily have to be something which is happening quickly. You know, you can literally set this up so you can see. You choose a token that you want to bet at the start. You choose a price, plus or minus. So it's really up to you.
So you can choose a token. Yep.
And then that's just the DEX that token will be swapped from. Then you can choose what your price is going to be. So you're going to say this pulse is going to be plus or minus 5%. Let's say you can go 5% in the next hour, or you can go 5% lower in the next hour, or you can literally say 50% in the next 6 months. You can set up your price call.
Let's say pulse chain goes to 1 cent. You can do something like that, just the extremes of it.
And then you can set your date. So whenever you want that to complete by, you can actually set it down to the actual time. It's not just that, you can set it pretty much exact.
Let's say, oh, yeah, I guess you can change the year, right? Let's just say the 1st day of November. How about that? And you got the time as well, so that we'll do midnight. Midnight? I think that's close enough. Yeah. Oh, and the minutes. Okay, cool. All right, so that's it, and you can put the total price call.
Yeah, so then you put your amount. So you want this to be, I think that just the standard is like $1,000, and then you can choose how much of the $1,000 you're willing to put into this bet, hoping that other people would take the other side.
Okay, so you can just use a slider. Oh yeah, that changes the odds. Yeah, what the dollars. So if, let's say you put in a quarter, which would be a 3.94 odds there for the under, 1.35 odds with, you have to put up $746 for that with a good chance of winning. And then you just click create price calls there. Cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple to set up. There are updates coming to this constantly. So over the next couple of days, things are going to be a lot slicker. I know
these tabs are an update, right? When it first came out, there were just rows of things, but now you've upgraded already. Yeah.
I think they look pretty cool too, because this is really easy for shareable content now. But I can give you a bit of some secret stuff. So
sure, let's go.
Because price call, because this has the potential to be such a big project, just a big project within the project. There's talk about having this set up as a standalone product.
Wow.
Yeah, so it would have its own name, it would have its own site. Obviously, the winnings will still go back to benefiting PulsePot as normal, so the fees will go back to burning the token. But really, having this set up somewhere, literally, it's like a standalone product by itself, instead of being, wrapped down here in the casino.
Yeah, I think that's huge. And like I said, I see a lot of influencers being able to use this too for a lot of fun on their channels, doing price
Exactly.
calls.
What a perfect way just to end the little argument. You know, we
Yeah.
see the constant battles on social media, you know, concerning, oh, this project is better than this one. Well, put your money where your mouth is.
Well, we see, yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the influencers out there. Was it like Avita and KDP and that making big bets with people that you know say Pulse Chain won't do certain price calls and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the sort of thing where you can actually put you don't have to wait for a promise to be delivered. You can put the money in, lock it in, and play the game for real. Yeah, without
exactly. I think it's great.
Right, true DeFi. There we go, folks. So you know you can select any of these, right? So this one here's got one that's in 17 days. This PUSDx is in 47 days. So this is how long it will run through until the game finishes, and it has to be ended, right? It has to be ended.
Yeah, it has to be manually ended.
Manually ended, yeah. This one's in 8 days. This one's in 5 days there. So it's on Ink. They've got different prices in here. Note token, it's got one in there at the moment. And Pulse here, which is more than 6,214%. So we'll click on this one, on the Pulse chain one. And that's got the creator put $400 in on this. They're currently losing, right? So the target is that Pulse chain will be 1 cent in the next 17 days. This looks like a little bit of a lost leader here. This looks like something that people could participate with pretty high confidence. Not financial advice, of course, but you guys look at the numbers here. We look like we've got 4 takers so far. Someone's in $5, $7, $15, $2.86. But this looks like a pretty good bet, to be honest. So I guess what's the max you can do? You can take most of it, 9,570, or you can just do a part of that and do maybe $100. You're going to win $100 on that. So there we are, 5% gain. And then, of course, you have to, you will get your $100 back plus $5 profit in this scenario. It's $105. You just have to tick that and then accept the bet, and you'll participate as well. And that definitely looks like a bit of an easy one to get. 1 cent in 17 days to go. So there we are, folks. Do the math. It's looking pretty good. All right. So that's pretty cool. And that will be finishing in 17 days. We've got some other ones, though. We've got Note token here from Randy Alaski. Someone's put this in here. What's this? Note token at 0001. This has obviously been performing pretty well as well. $100 from the creator. Under 2 there. They are currently losing at the moment. And, of course, over there, 2. And we've got 2 takers there, 20, 20, and that's 40 filled out of 100. So there's $60 left to take that bet. That looks like a pretty good bet. So you guys, once again, just have to accept it. You can take the max of what's remaining, or you can just take part of it, leave some for some others, and that would be estimated 40 win there. So $20, you'd be doubling your money. That looks like a pretty good bet too. I know what I'll be doing after the live stream if none of you guys do anything. That's pretty much it. And looking pretty good. So there's quite a few games in there, and you can create your own. Remember, so if you want to, if you think something's going to go somewhere, you want to set some odds, you can create your own by just clicking that create button, and you can go back to the overview there as well, which is pretty cool. I noticed on the create your own there is a fee structure here. You can hide that. Is that? No, it's not hiding. It doesn't seem to be operating there, but there we go. All right. Now, what was the thing? We're going to get back to the chain race, I think, and have a quick look at that. We've had the rabbits gone. We just need the turtle to go, folks. So if you guys want to get in and take that turtle, it's $1.20. So that's not going to, rob your bank at all. So $1.20 there to get on that. See if you guys can participate. The turtle needs to be taken. It's got 5.56 odds to win, is it? Or 5.56 times the reward there for $1.20. So if you win. All right, we're getting pretty close to that, though. There are some big games. This $500 game, $10 to start that. Actually, there was a $200 game there. Did that actually play out? Was it 200? I thought. Oh no, someone's adding money into it, so it's gone up there. Well, here we go. Looks like someone's gone into the game, so it's preparing the race. It's game on, folks, and good one. Whoever got into that last little credit for the race, and this is fantastic. The animations, everything. So I know everyone's going to enjoy this.
Yeah, it is. They spent a lot of time on these animations. I know Jacob probably got a few gray hairs if he doesn't have already.
Here we go. It's got sound effects. Here we go. Oh, go. The horse is out the front. It's got the best odds of winning, right? But lowest reward. Right. Oh, man. This is look like a classic race. Is the horse going to make it? Oh, the horse made it. It was that easy. Wow. Okay. So there we go. The fastest animal critter. Made it, didn't fall asleep, didn't do anything else. That was strange. Oh, we got the $500 game starting too. It's all
wow, look at this.
$500. That was well, congratulations to the winners of the last one. But we've got a $500 game about to start as well. 5 seconds. Here we go. What a great fun game. Yeah, it is proving very popular. I remember watching
it is. It's great.
Lasky's channel when he was playing for the first time. It was pretty fun. Now Randy plays this. Oh, will the horse win again? The snail's got a 200 chance, 200x if it wins. Well, rabbit's got to eat something. Some clovers, is it? The horse is going for gold again. Oh, 2 in a row for the horse. Goldfish now. Goldfish before. Goldfish is very good at winning stuff for some. Congratulations to Goldfish. Nice prize there. So Goldfish won $485 with a 92.5% chance of winning. So congratulations.
So Goldfish is a regular player.
Yeah, we've got another one here. A regular player, Goldfish, yeah. So let's get on to the next one here. We got another $6.67, so we'll watch that. Here we go. That's pretty cool. Look at the airdrop. What the heck is that?
That's a wrapped PLSP token. It gets given out every now and again, just random bonus for that player.
Wow. That is cool. So whoever's playing that dog got a random bonus, and the horses fell over, and the rabbit, and the dog. Oh, everyone's getting stuck. And the turtle as well. What's on the back of the horse there?
Oh, the dog's gonna win.
There we go. Dog wins. Oh, well done.
There we go. So the dog won, and he got a wrapped PLSP token bonus.
Yeah, far out. That's so cool, and I love the airdrop thing. I think the airdrop thing is really cool. That is extra cool there. Wow, that was neat. So we watched 3 games there, and yeah, the horse won 2, but yeah, the dog won that third one there, and got an airdrop as well. So pretty cool. And you can see the results on the right hand side there, which is pretty neat. You can see who won them. You can go to the transaction, see the fees there. Really cool.
Could we have a look at the fees from that $500 game?
The 500 one. Yeah, let's go down there. Yeah, $14.50.
There you go.
So over 1 pulse pot was what pretty much burned, right?
Yep, just burned. It's perfect. This is it's just a constant burning machine. It's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what I was going to say about that, I was going to say something there. We've got this other thing up here called Wrap PLSP. So we'll probably talk about that a bit later, I guess. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. That's the reward token, right?
Yeah, so that's the participation phase token. So there's 100,000 of them. When Jacob launched the casino, so he set the liquidity pools different for PLSP and Wrap PLSP. So that Wrap PLSP will always trade at a discount compared to PLSP. So even though you can, if you have Wrap PLSP, you can sell them, but you'll be selling them at a lower price than the native token. Okay. But if you have tokens staked, you can do what's called an unwrap time. And the unwrap time, it takes from 150 days down to 10 days, again, depending on how many you have staked. So if you're willing to wait, those, when they unwrap as native token. So if you imagine that they're trading at, say, a 30% difference in price, just by waiting to unwrap them, like through that unwrap process, you get an instant 20 or 30% bonus.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yeah.
Now, I see we've got down here the reward tab, so you can get to the rewards there, and the unwrapping you can get to there. And if you're going to buy PLSP and stake to get lower fees, you can go here. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can see here on the right hand side how many you have staked. Has a direct impact on, number one, your unwrap time, how much you pay in fees to the casino for every game. So as you stake more, obviously your fees and unwrap time gets a lot less.
So we've got the winner's fee. So obviously the more you got staked, you got a lower fee to pay. So you get more of your winnings. There's this PP boost in X. What does that do?
That's the participation phase token. So you will actually get more of these wrap PLSP tokens per game if you have a lot staked.
Oh, cool. Oh, that makes sense. And unwrap days, obviously you got shorter unwrap days if you're holding a big position, you're like really committed to the system, and then you got a long unwrap time if you just got a low amount staked or nothing. Yeah, 150 days. Yeah.
So even the tokenomics kind of based just around the wrap PLSP token are very, very interesting too. You have a lot of ways to win. Well, you have a lot of ways to win in this casino even without playing the actual games.
Yeah, and you got a lot. You get winnings from losing too.
Yeah.
All right, now it goes up if you've got more staked. You get more from losing. So there we go. Pretty cool. And of course, those are all these PLSP sections down there. You can check out all those, plus the burn. And if you want to buy, of course, you can buy on the site as well. So you can buy with Pulse or whatever other token. And with the Pulse Pot, it's routing through Go PulseX, which is pretty fast for it's an auto router, right? So going through a number of dexes, I think. And so that's pretty cool. Now we'll come back up to price calls. I think we've done all that. So I think we've watched a game. We watched a jackpot game, which is going pretty cool. We've watched a Coin Wars, which is pretty neat. You can create your own. We've watched a Plinko game. You can create your own rounds as well. Pretty easy to do. And of course, we've watched a chain race games. A couple of those, which are just wonderful animations. I really love these. You can create your own chain race game as well if you want to do that. And we've also watched, we've looked at some price calls here, and there are some real doozies in here, some real good ones. So look at the math, let's look pretty good on there. And you can create your own as well. And this might be moving on to another website because it's so good, and a lot of applications there. Now, is there anything about these existing games that you want to say that we haven't covered already?
So the next game that's going to be coming out, it was going to be Roulette, but that's sort of been pushed back just a little bit because the next game is going to be called Up Down. It's going to be it's called Up Down, and it's going to be based around price calls. So you will create a bet that a token price will go up or down, literally in the time frame for the game. So you could put a bet on to say, okay, this price is going up or down in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And that person wins. So it would literally be like a two-player game. I bet that the price of Pulse will go up by, 0.03% in the next 30 seconds. Someone else takes the other side of that bet. And like always, they pay, they get the winnings minus the fee, which burns the tokens.
I played that game on other sites, and it's actually very addictive. Yeah, I like it, though, because it's got an instant gratification. You get that result really quick.
Exactly.
Fast moving.
Yeah. So it's actually, I think it's going to be really popular.
That's very cool. Well, let's get into a couple of questions, then we'll look at some of the future games and that list that are coming up. But next game is Up Down, so look forward to that. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We've had a few other people here. Jake asks, is the random math executed on chain? I guess the random number.
Yeah, everything is fully transparent. All the smart contracts are there. Everything can be checked on the Explorer anyway if you need to. And everything is just secured by math. That's the beauty about it,
Fantastic. Bamson, let's go chain race here for sure. We got Blobfish King in the house. Good to see Blobfish King. Let me look at some of these. Let's see there. Mr. Profit, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. You're referring to PulsePot that you're playing, I guess. Was there any issues with people getting something like this on PulsePot?
There was a problem with MetaMask just because the RPCs on MetaMask were causing an issue. Actually, for people that are here now, Gamma the Richard Hart dev, he has his own RPCs. It's literally gamma.io. Change the A's for force, character 4, and you can upgrade your RPC and in MetaMask especially. It was causing some problems, but everything, if you change the gamma, everything works perfect again.
I tell you what, that's a good solution there. The other thing is that I know a lot of people have been moving to other wallets like Rabby Wallet, and you know, it's a really great experience. Obviously, it's internet money.
I haven't looked at Rabby Wallet yet, purely because I'm just going to wait until they have the mobile app, but then I'll definitely do it anyway.
Okay. And yeah, so there's Internet Money Wallet and others. So cool. Yeah, so many. Like they've been upgrading MetaMask, but a lot of issues coming up. I found anyway. And of course, we all get annoyed by them charging the high gas fee for the max transfer there. Anyway, we move on. Let's go. Turtle, says Brown. Yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't Turtle's day. But this is, I guess. Howdy, Superman. Good to see you, Jono. Welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying it today. We're very, very happy to have KvltDeFi in the house. Let's talk bribes, says Fast Abdul. Good to see you as well.
Abdul.
Not sure what I'm doing wrong. Couple failed transactions, says Jake. So I think that was probably the solution fix there.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. TYCZ project launch, any update? We're going to come up to that, so just hold on for that one. And we've got Pumpkin Owl as well. Good to see you, Pumpkin Owl. Welcome into the house. And let's go back to where we were. Bam. And of course, we have other games coming up. So we've got the Up Down. We've also got some others here. We've got Roulette, Fortune Wheel, Sports, Powerball, and Video Slot. And we have had some sports. So should we go to sports first?
Yeah, if you go to the top, you can see the last sports game that we had. So we've done the karate combat tournament that was with Ben Armstrong.
Yeah,
that was so good. Yeah, that was a fun night actually. I live streamed all that night, and we were set up to go. So I can't remember exactly what time it was, but I think it was at 1 p.m. or something. 1 a.m. 1 my time. But because all the fights were all out of sync and they were starting late, so we didn't actually do the live stream for like 2 hours. But that was a pretty entertaining night actually. It was good fun. And then we did last weekend. We did this UFC 299. Again, 5 fights. I mean, we can see the total here. We had over 20,000. I think it was over $21,000 was bet in total.
Yeah. So what was the first one with Ben Armstrong? What was the total for that?
Ben Armstrong, I think it was around 18, but I think 10 of that was definitely Ben's personal fight.
Yeah, also around that for Ben. Yeah. And now you had about over 20 for the UFC. So I tell you what, this is fantastic. People are loving this. I think this is, and the word's getting out more and more. So I think this is really, really a really attractive approach to pulse pots. So tell your friends, folks, because you can bet on some of these popular sports, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is great, and there's so much more coming. Thanks to Archie, actually, we're going to be doing March Madness, the college basketball tournaments in America. That's coming up, and we'll there will be a lot of others as we go. Obviously, Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul this year.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's perfect. It's really 100% DeFi. Instant payouts. So all of these fights, all the winnings for all of these fights was literally paid out within a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So this is currently on, right? This UFC is that finished? Yeah.
No, this was actually played last weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Or it was fought last weekend. Is it?
I had a little symbol next to the place bet thing. I thought there was it's got the winner there, but yeah. Okay. And so there was 5 fights on that UFC, and we can see in here. Also had the video to the actual show. And people can go and watch that to actually watch the fights in real action there. Yeah. So
it's pretty cool. I think this is probably going to be one of the most popular games in time. And one of the beauties as well is if there is a sports game like this coming up, a lot of the games you will be able to create your own bet anyway. So if it's your favorite team versus someone else, you can create the bet and create your own odds as well.
So can we have a look, just talk about these odds a little bit here? So we've got this person here, it was a 1.81 and a 2.23. Is this a 50-50, just to reflect the amount that's on each player, like bet on each player?
Yeah, exactly. So it's very similar to price calls, right? So with price call, depending on how many people take up each side of the bet, just creates its odds.
Okay. All right, cool. And there's yeah, they have lots of options that you can fights you can bet on there. And of course, what'd you say? You have got the US college basketball coming up. Is that right?
Yeah, that's coming on March Madness. That should be really big.
Right,
it's like the second biggest betting outside of Super Bowl in America.
Okay, cool. Very exciting. All right, so that's the sports. You've also got roulette and fortune wheel, Powerball, and video slot. So do you know sort of the order that's coming up for those?
Well, so it was going to be up, down first, then roulette.
Yes,
in order to do the real sports betting, like, you know, fully fledged, set it off and off it goes, we still need the infrastructure set up. So we still need an oracle. You know, we know that it's undecided if Fetch are actually going to do it at this stage. So,
yeah, what that's going to put a lot of pressure on people that need that sort of information service. So that seems to be against what Fetch was originally going to be doing. So it's a bit of
they were going to do it, and then they came out and said they weren't going to do it. And I think a lot of the developers got together and said, okay, well, what should we do? The idea was put forward that maybe Jacob might want to do it, might want to build it.
Yeah.
Or at least you know, lead a team of people that would build it.
It's quite a bit of work, stuff though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing something like that. Yeah. It's an infrastructure build. So yeah, okay.
It's something big, and I mean, and we already know that Jacob has a lot on his plate. He's got a lot. Yeah, he's got fingers in lots of pies.
So question mark hanging over that, but we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah, I'm surprised what's happening in that Fetch Oracle space. It's come to a surprise them. So we've got sports and Powerball and the video slots. They all require the video slots. Does that require the Oracle?
Video slots we don't know much about. Jacob is obviously playing his cards keeping his cards very close to his chest with this one. But but he was very excited when he came out and he told us all in the admin group a few months ago that he's solved decentralized video slots.
Wow.
He was very excited. Yeah.
Wow.
He was very, very excited about it. So it's definitely going to be coming.
Okay, so one of the top crypto casinos that's not full DeFi like this, like PulsePot's, you know, the world's first peer-to-peer full DeFi crypto casino. That's what makes it so special this way. It's so good. But I play on one of the biggest crypto casinos, which is BetFury. And I know Trayvon used to be big on the BetFury too. And I play slots on there every so often for some fun. And they're very, very fun to play. Honestly, they're so good. So get video slots would be fantastic here on PulsePot. That'd be such a man. This thing, this goes bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
Jacob was saying as well. So with the return to player on every game, I think with video slots, the return to player can be like 99%. So if you imagine return to player game at 99%, it almost becomes just entertainment anyway, as opposed to an actual gambling game.
Yeah. This is what Brendan's saying here. Slots, I think, is be most popular in the future if UI is engaging. Yeah, it's so good. I'm really enjoying some of the slots that I've been playing on over on BetFury. So it'd be great to play them on.
Slots and sports betting, the two of those together, I think will blow this thing out of the water.
Yeah. Pumpkin House has been involved in PulseBot heavily since the launch. Nice one there, Pumpkin House, to bring adoption. Yeah, it is very good for Pulse Chain adoption generally. Sports and live events are the holy grail, says Pumpkin Owl. Cool. So that is coming up, folks, for that. Now we've got tokenomics here. I guess we could quickly talk about that. There's an accepted tokens list, by the way. If you want to see what tokens are accepted, you can go down there. That's at the bottom here. So you can see all the different tokens, contract addresses, which is pretty cool. Also add them to your MetaMask wallet there. And of course, tokenomics is down here as well. Anything you want to highlight on this?
Well, I mean, the tokenomics with PUS are quite simple, really. It's 100% of the fees generated literally go to buying PLSP from the DEX and then putting it into the burn pool. You know, with BNB pot, the casino that we had before, there was slightly different tokenomics set up around it, which was heavily rewarding people that were staking. But it was burning the token quite slow. There are plans to bring the BNB pot casino tokenomics in line with PulsePot, just because it's proven already to be successful.
All right, so I think we've covered about everything on PulsePot at the moment, and obviously we're expecting those new games to come up. Their roulette up and down token, and maybe some of these other ones on the list there as well. So keep an eye out for that, and of course Kvlt will have updates on his channel, and of course all the influencers coming, Jacob's ecosystem, like My Life is Awesome, and this channel, Randy Alasky and people. You'll hear from us as well, to not as informed level, but still we'll be covering it. All right, so cool. Now the current price of PulseBot PLSP is the token, $12.62 at the moment, been as high as $20.80. Obviously on the pullback with the market at the moment, yeah, and if you want to get involved, you can. Now there was only 1 million tokens, so they're burning through those quite nicely, and it's going to be fun to see where the price can go with all the rollout of the rest of the games, and as things get more viral with sports betting, potentially video slots, roulette, and stuff like that. So good times there. A good time to jump over to PulsePot on X. If you want to follow PulsePot on X, that is the link there. Definitely give them a follow, and you'll get all the latest updates on there as well. The Telegram is the main one, though, as I understand it. So definitely join Telegram as well. You can find it on the website at the top left there. So join Telegram at the top left to participate in that. So there we go. Let me just post that in the chat there. Bam. That is a Twitter PulseBot. So we're going to jump on to TYZZ now. I think we had somebody ask about that a bit earlier. Where was that comment? Let's see here. Scroll back up there. Someone definitely asked about that. What did someone else say here? Crypto Compassion, let's go. As an older PLSP, looking forward to sports betting. Yeah, it's already starting to teaser. They've done teasers going out already. Just looking for that comment. I can't see the comment, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. Let's move on. So bam, bam, and a TYCZ. Let's go.
Yeah, so thank you, CZ. We're still on track to launch this month, so end of Q1, right? Yep. So we've got, what, 2 weeks left of this month? So when that launches, is basically, for anyone that doesn't know, Thank You CZ is going to be a passive income machine, basically, but it's real kind of GameFi. So what you're going to be doing, it's going to be a 6-token ecosystem, and you're going to be responsible for running your own centralized exchange. You're going to be responsible for things like, keeping your website uptime, maybe customer service, listing new tokens. All of these things will generate a yield, and that yield is going to be real yield that you will be making from the game. Really, it's a game. It's going to be launched on the BNB chain. One of the things which I think is really important is, with the BNB chain, it's the perfect chain for games like this. Right. It's everything concerning auto compounding or passive income plays, or some sort of any sort of high yield is exactly what the Binance Smart Chain or the BNB chain is really about. People really love this type of thing. We see a lot of innovation over there, and one of the most important things is people get into crypto, especially now they're going to start getting in an awful lot. We know we have the halving coming. That's when a hell of a lot of new people are going to come in, and really what they do, they come in through Coinbase for Ethereum, or they come in through Binance for BNB, and we're hoping that they're going to find a project exactly like this, because this is exactly the kind of project that they look for. There's already a lot of influencers that are involved in these types of projects, and they have huge followings, and all they do is work with projects like this, some sort of passive income. So I've actually reached out to quite a few of them already, so I think we're going to be hitting the ground running, really, to be honest. And I think it's going to be really successful. And an extra bonus of that will be the casino that we already have on the BNB chain will start to see a lot more traffic. Even BNB pot, since we started talking about it more in the last few weeks, the price jumped 40% in the last few days.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you can definitely buy BNBP on BNB, folks, if you want to get into that early. Yeah. Now, can you just scope out a little bit about TYZZ, just a bit more about centralized exchange? Because you're talking about in DeFi, right? So you're going to be running your own centralized exchange, where you will be responsible for
for using this 6 token ecosystem to try and, you know, really create your own game. There's going to be a lot of different strategies around it. We don't know that much about it right now. As a matter of fact, we still don't even know what all the tokens are going to be called at this stage. Well, I don't. I know obviously Jacob does. But Jacob said that we're pretty much 75%, 80% of the way there. It's going to be definitely by the end of this month, and it's going to be basically head and shoulders above what we're all expecting. It's going to be, because it's going on to such a large chain with such a large amount of people, and because we want to get so many eyes on here, you know, we really have to come out the gate and really smash it. There's going to be, again, there's only going to be 800 million tokens of these, which are all going to the sacrificers. So really, anyone that wants to get in has to buy from whatever we want to sell. So we can directly have an impact on how high that price goes by making these things scarce, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to that briefly before I ask you questions a bit more about TYCZ, because obviously there's a lot to come out about that. Now, this was the sacrifice. The sacrifice was closed some time ago, and the lobby got up to almost $1.3 million in a lobby value, inclusive of bonuses. So that was kind of the play there. I think it was, $1 equals 626 TYCZ tokens. So the total supply of TYCZ there's got 800 million tokens there. So that's kind of the play on that one. Anything to add to that? Yeah.
Well, until Jacob starts passing out a bit more information, we're kind of, you know, we know what the game idea is going to be. We know that we're going to have to do different things, like with thank you, Richard Hart. We know that there's going to be a few different ways that we can make this work. The amount of input and the amount of excitement that we got around thank you, Richard Hart, when that launched. I know a lot of the guys actually that are here in this chat now, they sort of found out about Jacob's ecosystem projects because of thank you, Richard Hart. You know, there was so many different strategies built around it. You know, the community, there was so much community engagement. The Telegram group, you know, practically exploded. And I'm expecting exactly the same thing to happen with this, 100%.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Now, they were going to have some, part of the, it was going to be DeFi Binance was kind of the concept. I saw a concept chart of all the different utilities in there, and one of them included validating. Is that sort of concept still in there?
Yeah. So with the validators, that could be, for example, that would probably be one of the tokens. You would be able to lock these tokens up or stake them. Yeah. And then depending on what the other tokens that you list, then you will be able to literally create, you know, if you can create enough transactions to keep your validators happy, you'll be able to extract some yield, you know, in terms of the fees. So all of these things are happening, and knowing Jacob is going to be, to be a lot of fun, you know.
Now, will that be, it's going to be on one platform? Is that the way it works, do you think? And so
it'll be on the BNB chain.
Yeah. Okay. Will it be on one UI, or how will the centralized exchange thing that people can set up work, as far as you know?
Yeah, I think it's all going to be on just one UI, and like similar to what we have on Thank You, Richard Hart, we'll just have drop downs on the right hand side where you can just manage all your different, you know, your different parts and your different strategies, set it all up. But we know that it's going to burn BNB token. We don't know yet, well, I don't know yet if it's going to burn BNBP token. Okay. But that would be very interesting if it did. Yeah, because remember, there was only 1 million of those to start off with as well.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and we've got 2 more weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 more weeks, folks, and it's going to be a lot of information coming out at that time. So that is the basic concept, though, and I look forward to that because I'm excited about it.
Me too.
All right, so we're going to get into TYRH quickly. We're up to an hour 9, so we're getting up there, but let's get into these final 2 topics. Here is TYRH in the link, so that is the link there. You guys can check out TYRH, and let's go to the actual site here, and we'll check it out. So this is TYRH at the moment. So this is V3, what they call V3, and it's TYRH.io. This is the third protocol in Jacob's ecosystem, excluding BNB, of course. We haven't talked about today much. Much to say about this V4 coming up. Now, I understand
V4 is coming
in potentially in April. Does that sort of seem on track?
Well, it was always said Q2. It was always said that it was going to launch after Thank You CZ.
Sure.
But I mean, early Q2. We were told early Q2. That was 6 weeks ago. I think Jacob was telling me that. He said that when we launch, it's not just going to be a V4, a continuation of what we're doing here. It's almost going to be like a totally revamped system. We know that with V3, people were buying seed and holy tokens, and they were given these OG NFTs. In V4, all of these are going to come into play. So you know, it really makes sense to have either the two tokens and the NFT, or there might be different combinations that they can be used for, or there might be different well, there will be different areas, for example, areas of the website that you can only access if you hold 1, 2, or 3 of these other things. So there's going to be a lot more gamification involved in this one. There's going to be a lot more strategies. So really, it's going to be, I know the taxes are going to change as well. So even though right now, we have quite high and sell taxes that literally go back to burning Richard Hart tokens. The tax structure is going to be a little bit different as well. So it hasn't been announced yet, but from an educated guess from myself, because I don't know, but there will be a way to tie this in with PulsePot 2.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I really like that integration, that kind of idea, cross-pollination. Very neat. Now, so this game going from TYR-V3. Now, this game is extremely popular, one of the most popular things on Pulse for months and end. And so V4, though, is going to be quite different, right? That's basically the idea in terms of gamification.
So I mean, you'll still be able to do things like we have the fountain. You'll still be able to do staking. You'll still be able to grow stuff, with your NFTs, and you'll be able to get more yield from the NFTs. But bringing the other tokens, so the seed and holy tokens, which right up until now really are just sitting there. There's going to be ways to really tie these all in, and it's going to be like a totally revamped game. Again, there'll be a big education process that will have to come along with all of that, because as the different versions were happening, I mean, it starts to get really complicated. It doesn't even now, from V1 to V3, it started. The different strategies that people coming out with, I thought was fantastic. I mean, I know Archie and Max were 2 of the big proponents over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really going to be a lot of fun. So fingers crossed, very, very early Q2, but software is hard to wait and see.
Early Q2, so we're talking about April, May, June, and possibly early. So keep a lookout for that. But big following for TRH, and so we'll look forward to see where that goes to next. So stay tuned. I guess it gets up to our 4th final topic here for Jacob's projects, and that's my favorite in particular is PUSDxALGO. So this here could potentially be the 4th native stablecoin to Pulse Chain, and PUSDxALGO, I think it looks pretty amazing, and maybe the holy grail. What thoughts do you have, updates do you have about PUSDxALGO that you can tell us?
Well, I mean, updates really are. We need to get to $1 million. That's the soft target. Once we hit the $1 million, 4 to 6 months after that, we'll actually deploy, because obviously this is something which is going to be used. Like you, I think this has the potential to probably be, I mean, without a doubt, it will be the biggest of Jacob's projects. And I think it has a potential to be, to really, this will be a flagship product for Pulse Chain in general, not just for Jacob. I think this has a potential to be absolutely huge. I even think this has a potential to be a project which probably will be forked to different blockchains.
Absolutely. I mean, this thing is honestly, this could be the holy grail of DeFi stable coins. And I often say during when I do talk about it is that there's a thing called the stablecoin trilemma about scalability, and this really solves that. But it also adds big value to the existing stablecoins that are out there, like CST, USDL, and PXDC. And I really like this. So many ways of earning money on it too.
Exactly.
Really,
That's one thing which I think is fantastic as well.
yeah,
You can play as much of the system or as little of the system as you want.
yeah. And this is a prototype UI, so you just take that into account when you're looking at it. There's lots of way you can be a stability miner. This is kind of the heart of the DeFi solution, and of course fix up a lot of the problems that the Terra Luna and protocols like that had. Taking full DeFi is the way to go, right? And having the right mechanisms to keep things stable. They got, you can earn through the Flex token. You can stake with the main token, which is Algo. You convert Algo into PUSD, of course, and you'll be able to redeem all that sort of stuff. You swapping. Everything earns, of course, some fees through the V3 DEX, and of course, you get paid for activity. So through the Flex token. So it's got a bit of everything in it. And ultimately,
similar to the wrapped PLSP token, we have wrapped PUSD token on this one as well, and it's going to run pretty much the same kind of principle. It's going to trade at different prices, and if you're willing to delay your gratification and literally unwrap it over the long period of time, then you get the extra bonus on top. So just that one by itself, I think is a fantastic way to make a 20 or 30% every time you just reach an unwrap period.
Yep, and I could see millions upon millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars potentially being minted of PUSDxALGO, PUSD stablecoin, and PUSD's got the best brand name out of all the stablecoins because it's Pulse Chain USD. I mean, it can't get much better than that. I'm pretty excited about that, and we know how much Terra Luna did well. Unfortunately, they had human intervention and a few other mechanisms that weren't quite right. But the full DeFi approach with stability miners does look very, very good indeed. Now, if you guys want to participate in PUSDxALGO, it's still open. Like I say, we're still going to get to that $1 million. And of course, then you're still looking at the second half of this year if we do get to that for the launch of this. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some surprises around this too in the future. But if you want to get a 90% bonus, the referral link is in the video description. You win straight away. If you do $1,000 or more inclusive, then you get the bonus X as well. That will be random. Bonus between 1.01 and 2x. We're currently on day 111 of the sacrifice process. Has been extended, obviously, because we're trying to get to that $1 million. Now, I always say this is not something KvltD's going to say, but I always say that for sacrifice projects, 75% of the proceeds will be going, as we understand it, back into the protocol, and 50% in the liquidity pools, 25% in the stability miner. So, how many sacrifice projects can you say that about? And then, secondly, is the commercial upside. If you have a modest capital raise, like $1 million, and you have a potentially huge commercial upside. So obviously not financial advice or guaranteed or anything, but definitely exciting opportunity there for the upside. So I'm pretty excited about it, as well as it being potentially one of the biggest things on Pulse Chain. I really can see that happening, and potentially multi-chain because it looks so good that may perhaps the ultimate DeFi solution for stablecoins. So pretty excited there. And yeah, you can get 2 bonuses. The referral code link in the video description. Get in there today. Help us get to that $1 million if you so choose. Make sure you always do your own research and stuff like that. There are documents down here, and I've done a number of videos with Jacob in the channel. On the channel there, you can go watch those. There are accepted coins on Pulse Chain and Hex that you can use, and you just send it to this wallet here, E223, and you will be credited it with your tokens. For every $1 that you get, inclusive of bonuses, you get 20 Algo coins, 200 Flex tokens, and 0.01 wrap PUSD, which is the reward token there. So get involved, folks. A lot of fun. Anything else to add to that, KvltD?
Not really. I mean, this project inside and out. I think I mean, like you, I think this is great. I think this has the potential to really be a flagship product for Pulse Chain in general. And I mean, we're pretty much halfway to the sacrifice to reaching that soft target of $1 million. We know from sacrifice projects that this can happen in the heartbeat now. We've had a bit of a pullback on the market, but that means nothing. This is going to start soaring. The whole market is going to start soaring over the next the next few weeks, really. And this sacrifice can be hit in a very, very quick period.
Yeah. And I'm excited about that. So tell your friends, everybody, get involved. Tell your friends, do your due research, of course, before. I think it's huge. Yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of people haven't caught on to it yet, but honestly, we have here. All right, so get onto it.
I've heard a lot of people saying, why should I sacrifice for a stable coin? But you're not sacrificing for the stable coin, really. It's the algo token is where you really want to see the price.
If you think like Luna token, how well that did, well, you're talking about the algo token equivalent here, and a PSD would do well, but you got the algo token that's going to be hot. The other thing, of course, you're going to be able to earn Flex token as well. So there are 4 tokens in the system, including RAP PUSD, which is the reward token there, and there's multiple ways to earn on this protocol as well. But man, it's really a viral platform to go viral. So and of course offer utilities there. So it's really a win across the board. So do check it out. Very, very cool indeed. All right, I think that's it on the Jacob's ecosystem projects. Kvilt, I think you've done an incredible job letting everybody know what's going on there. And that'd be great to get you back on in the future for another update sometime.
Happily.
If you're watching this after the live stream, definitely check it out. And of course, if you want any further information, get into our Discord, and of course follow Kvilt there on YouTube, which I think we posted the link up a bit earlier there. Kvilt did, in any case. It's back up here, so let's quickly look at that. It's up here somewhere. A bit further up. I can't even find it here now.
But that's good. Lots of comments. That's what we like.
Yeah. All right. We're going to post it in our Discord as well. So if you want to follow on to follow Kvilt there, you can definitely do that. I can't see it here where I am now, but definitely.
Yeah, I'll post it again.
Yeah, if you can post it again, that'd be great. So I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. That was Jacob's ecosystem update with chain raise, price calls, and roulette, particularly on focus. So I look forward to that. And of course, we can't wait for TYZZ, TRH v4, and hopefully PUSDxALGO in the future to launch, as well as an upgrade for BNB pot there as well on BNB chain. The Pulse pot is hot right now, hot. And lots of influencers are jumping on board. So Jacob really is leading the DeFi revolution. And people are catching on more and more to how good it is. All right, Kavita, I'll look forward to catching you next time. I hope you enjoyed today.
I have, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, really. I mean, thank you for everything that you're doing for the Jacob ecosystem. I mean, you're absolute an evangelist out there, and it's great. It's great, it's great to have someone of your caliber, because you really know your stuff, and you're behind it. I mean, it's fantastic. So really, thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. And thanks to all the new people. We've seen quite a few faces in there that are involved in PulsePot and stuff. So congrats to everybody there. And a big shout out to Archie, who does incredible jobs around all these projects as well and gets the word out. So big shout out to Archie there. All right. Take care, everybody. I was going to do a bit on markets today, but we'll probably leave that there. We do notice that Hex, Bitcoin and Ethereum pull back, but now they're bouncing back again. And we've seen that Hex got bought up by the OA. A bit of value there to push that price up there to lift the sentiment a bit. So there's a few activities happening on the old Pulse chain and a lot of opportunities out there as well. So I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. I will be in Discord after the live stream. Take care, everybody, and a big shout out to Kvilt. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. No, really, it's bye from us. We're done. We're going to have some lunch or something like that. All right, bye, you guys.